West will come down outside. Black Thunder 2 lead out lane. Bucks Bond 2 and a trot.
Betfair, proud sponsors of Irish racing on RTE.
A race we have a very good record in is the bumper itself. Ted, a horse of Liz Doyle's has caught the eye in the last few days, particularly after the comments that she made, but Avent D'Antan has to have a good chance, and a pretty big price, I think 8 or 9 to 1 at the moment.
Yeah, I think he was from one of the more fashionable yards, a Willie Mullins's or a Paul Nicholls or a Nicky Henderson's or an Old Meads, he'd be a good bit shorter. But Liz has come out and said she sold 2 horses, Alpha Off, who won the bumper, and she sold Chantinian, who won the bumper, and she says this horse is different in class. He's a mature looking 4-year-old. He bolted in at Leopardstown. He went there with a big reputation and didn't let anybody down. And he looks a mature looking horse. 4-year-olds haven't got a great record in the bumper. There's only, I think, 2 4-year-olds have won it in that length of time. But this fella looks a professional sort of a horse, and I'd say he's as good as we've seen. Now, his form hasn't stood up. Barry will back that up. The ones behind him aren't world beaters, but he beat him in a canter.
And that's exactly it. It's wide open, this one again. I mean, Willie's field perhaps not as strong as in recent years, but still a couple of names in there. But again, it's wide open, this race.
Yeah, it looks very competitive, all right. Golan Tilla, that's just recently been bought by Barry Connell. That looks a really good horse. Now, he won a bumper in Cork, and they bought him after that from Sean O'Brien. He goes there with every chance. He was meant to have worked after racing in Leopardstown the other day. Now, I don't think he set the world alight up there, but they're still keen to go and challenge for the Weatherby's bumper. I suppose one that's caught my attention is Paul Nicholls' Festino Rustico. They bought that off Ronnie O'Leary after it won a bumper. They paid big money for it now, and He seems to, I think he's had a wind operation, and he seems to be going really well at home, and they seem very pleased with him, and there's been money for him over the last couple of days. He's come in for really good support. He's into about a 10 to 1 chance now, fixed odds. So it doesn't look an outstanding bumper this year. There's nothing really from Ireland that we're going over there with, as we usually do, and looking to have a few quid on it. It just doesn't seem to be there this year, but Golan Tilla probably might be the best of the Irish.
Aidan O'Brien has a run of their Shield. That'll be of interest, I suppose.
It'll be of interest. It will be definitely of interest. Young Joseph riding it. It'll be an experience for him. He'll want to have come on from his Leopardstown run to bother some of the others that didn't look an outstanding race. The one man that has we've a great record in it, but Willie Mullins is an outstanding record, and whatever he decides is his number 1 or number 2. I was impressed with the sizing horse. I can't think of his second name when he won. He won really well. Sizing Tennessee. I thought he did it really well. Looked to me like a horse. If I was to ask something now, I'd have me tenner on him.
Really? Okay, right. So a bit of support perhaps for Liz Doyle's and Sizing Tennessee as well. Yourself, Barry, any particular fancy there?
I think Golan Tilla will go well. I know they always thought an awful lot of him. Sean O'Brien, they held out for the big offer, they got it, and hopefully it'll be a bit of luck for Barry Connell, who's putting a lot of money into racing.
Well, hopefully the Irish will go well in the bumper yet again. It's a race, obviously, that we all we've had a pretty good record in over the last few years, and hopefully we'll do the business again.
West will come down outside. Black Thunder 2 lead out lane. Bucks Bond 2 and a trot.
Betfair, proud sponsors of Irish racing on RTE.